that you had with the providers, was there any nursing present in these conversations? We're trying to incorporate nursing a lot more into care conferences with children here. So I'm just wondering that, and also the perspective that you got from nursing with your day-to-day interactions and stuff. How did the nurses treat you in particular? That kind of, did they give you insight to their opinions, or were they just kind of closed? And you mentioned a couple situations, but you appreciated from nursing. But I'm just sort of wondering the general feeling you got from the nursing perspective while they were taking care of your child.
Okay. Well, with the antenatal counseling, I don't actually remember the nurses being, speaking a lot in that meeting. We did get the impression, though, that, behind the scenes they were talking to the doctors about what they had seen and what things we talked about and things we cared about. And then, with the nurses, we had the primary nurse and the associate nurse taking care of Gabriel, and they were the people who we saw most often in the NICU. And that consistency of seeing those people more often meant a lot to us, because they, the neonatologists, I think, were working like 24-hour shifts and would sleep at the NICU, and so you'd see them once, and then the next day they'd be there, and then they'd be back, and then like 3 weeks later you'd see that neonatologist again, and so you didn't have a lot of continuity that way, and boy, I'm trying to think of a good suggestion I could make for what. I suppose with the nursing, things nurses could do is just to watch the sort of the pace of the family in your own interactions and observations, and then if you've got a doctor who's going too fast during antenatal counseling or being a little too pushy or on the wrong topics that that are not the primary topics that the family cares about, I think at that point the nurse could be a very helpful and an important person to reorient the conversation onto the things that you've heard from the family. So is that helpful, or?
Yes, very.
Okay.